Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. It seems like where is the desire, there's a solution, or where is the determination or the will to do something, you find a solution. Unless you negotiate or you discuss while you actually don't want to do it, but you just get involved just for the appearances, like in a bad faith kind of a negotiation. So we have here the Ukrainians and the Russians doing something that I would say is great. This comes from the Ukrainska Pravda on June 4th, 2022, and this is the title: Ukraine and Russia exchange bodies of dead soldiers. See, they can um, deal with one another, like in most cases on this planet. If you look in the Middle East, if you look in East Asia, a lot of in South America, Latin America, a lot of problems between or among countries are due to external influence and external factors. If you would let them to sort their things over there, I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but I think the tension could be solved better than the intervention from outside. Take North and South Korea, for instance, even Arab states or Middle East, if you don't want to call, okay, Arab states. Iran is not an Arab state. Okay, I know it's not an Arab state, but I put them in Middle East and Israel. Okay, they are Semitic like the Arabs, which are also Semitic, but nevertheless, not the Persians. Those two are two examples, and there are some other examples also in Latin America, and not only, where you have problems because of outside, divide and impera, divide and conquer. That's how is the rule. So it says here that on 2nd of June, Ukraine and the aggressor country, who is that? Russia, held an exchange of bodies of soldiers who have fallen in battle. 160 soldiers were exchanged on each side. All right, the source is the Ministry of Reintegration of the Temporarily Occupied Territories of Ukraine Global Initiative of the Martian Territories in the Planetary Hemisphere. Okay, so you got it. I mean, can go on and on. Quote, and I'm quoting, on 2nd of June, an exchange of bodies of dead soldiers took place between Ukraine and Russia on the Zaporozhye front. That's great. An agreement has been reached in which 160 soldiers from one country would be exchanged for 160 soldiers from the other during the negotiations, with the participation of the Ukrainian Commissioner for Persons Missing on oh my God, it's long again. When the commissioner, okay, so they agreed to that basically. Details. The operation was executed by the Ministry of the Reintegration of the Temporary Occupied Territory of Ukraine, the Chief Intelligence Directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, the General Staff of Armed Forces of Ukraine, and other Ukrainian law enforcement agencies. See how many people were involved over there? How many agencies? Doesn't matter. It's just like they didn't need a NATO, they didn't need the European Union, they didn't need United Nations, they didn't need the Poles, they didn't need Baltic states, they didn't need all these guys. They could sort things on their own. They're not that, as they are portrayed to be by the civilized West. All right, well, good. I'm pretty sure they will reach a lot of deals, and they will, if they are left alone to negotiate, they will know how to negotiate better than allowing themselves to be influenced by outside interests. But that's how the world is ran, and I'm glad they were allowed to be involved in this such a low level negotiation, and a higher kind of and more big profile negotiations. They are not left alone, because it's not because between Russia and Ukraine, it's about them and Russia. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.